reflections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, welcoming you to another edition of the show. We're up in the attic today, and this program is entitled You Light Up My Life. We're going to talk about boudoir lamps, and I have several examples here to show you. Everything that I show you today is up for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. So if you've got a dark, menacing boudoir that needs a little brightening up, you got no excuse. Boudoir lamps. Lamps for the vanity in the bedroom or the boudoir. We started to see pairs of electric lamps specifically designed for bedrooms really become popular in the 1920s as more homes were becoming electrified. Now, how can you tell if a boudoir lamp is actually meant for the bedroom? Well, basically, size. Lamps for the bedroom were smaller, obviously, and they were not meant to give off light to read by. In most cases, this was just ambient light, and the light was usually bright enough for the lady of the house, in most cases, to apply and remove her makeup and do other such things in front of the mirror. You know, us guys, we just take a razor and, you know, they could be made of wood, they could be made of glass, metal. They had all different kinds of shades. And we saw some wonderful modern examples in the 1930s with the Art Deco influence. I don't really have any Art Deco examples to show you because the Art Deco boudoir lamps that I have are actually in use in my boudoir right now. Maybe I'll show you those one day. But for now, let's have a sip of iced tea. What are you sipping this afternoon? It's not that hot in Philadelphia. And I don't even think we're in for any major heat for the next several days. Upper 70s, low 80s. It's very nice. I hope it's nice where you are as well. Why don't we start in the 1930s and 40s, prior to the Second World War. And we'll start off with this right here. Now, what I'm going to show you here in this video is just one lamp, but I promise you I have two. And what we'll do is we'll break away and look at the pair of lamps lit. And you have a close-up.
It's a lovely day today, so whatever you've got to do, you've got a lovely day to do it, and that's true. And I hope whatever you've got to do is something that can be done by two, for I'd really like to stay. It's a lovely day today, and whatever you've got to do, I'd be so happy to be doing it.
But while I'm up here modeling these so that I don't, choke myself on all these electrical cords, I'll just be showing one at a time. These are glass lamps. These are made by the Westmoreland Company, and this is actually their English hobnail pattern. And of course the English hobnail pattern you could find in tableware, depression glass. Very nice. And these are those wonderful antique shades from the 1930s that I found at the flea market the other day. Now, this example has the electric cords coming out of the socket themselves. These were not oil lamps that were converted to boudoir lamps. This is the way they were manufactured. They were not in the factory drilled to have cords coming out of the bottom. The cords actually come out of the sockets here, and this is all original the way they were manufactured. So these are very nice, two of these in beautiful glass. I should also point out now that I'm not including lampshades, or light bulbs of course, in any of these auctions, and there's a couple reasons why. One, lampshades can be a very personal thing, and lamps such as this, you could display all different types of lampshades according to your own personal taste. And so it is difficult to find vintage pairs of lampshades, and so I really hold on to my lampshades. Lampshades are also large, and they make the boxes grow exponentially, and that means the price of shipping goes up. So I prefer just to sell the electric lamps and let you decide upon the shades yourself. These are going to date, again, 1930s and 40s, this pair. Now, probably my most favorite pair, and the ones that were probably the most expensive when they were new, would be this example right here. These are absolutely beautiful, and we have a mixture of materials here. Let me move in closer so you can really see this. I'll try to get the light to adjust. So we have beautiful porcelain here, which reminds me a lot of the Capodimonte style. And the bases are quality gilded metal, not bronze, but it's a good quality gilding. I didn't retouch these up at all. This is all original. And you can see sometimes with cheap gold plating and inexpensive pop metal, the gold will flake away and fade off over the years. These are absolutely gorgeous. And you can see the Capodimonte style porcelain there that's all the original, how it's attached to the base. You know me, I always rewire my better lamps with, this is brand new electric cord. If you buy these lamps, do not cut this cord off thinking it's antique. It's reproduction, and it's absolutely fitting. I also put vintage 1930s style Bakelite plugs on there as well. So these lamps are just perfect and ready to go. Of course, you can put any type of shade on there you want. As you travel up, this is metal here with the original green, enamel green paint on there. Nice sockets at the top. And this is just really a lovely pair of boudoir lamps. Very, very elegant. And of course, as usual with Capodimonte style porcelain, I don't think I have ever found a piece that doesn't have something chipped off of it. What say you? And if you look really closely, you may find, in fact you will find, a little, chip here and there, but they're so small and it's so intricate, it really doesn't show up that much, and I don't think it really affects the value of these lamps. Nice and tall, very elegant. A little extra expense I went to here by the wonderful reproduction cloth cord, silk cord. But I think details matter, and when you're talking about beautiful lamps like that, that old cord, that old reproduction cord really adds a certain bit of panache. Is that the word? I think. Panache, that's what we'll say. let's jump. We have 3 more lamps to show you, and we're going to jump to right after the war. Now let's get into the 1950s. You're going to recognize these shades, these wonderful, maybe wonderful, parchment Swiss polka dot pom-pom shades, which we saw a while ago. But here we have lamps very typical of the 1950s. This thick, chunky glass. It's what was popular at that time. These are very heavy. Again, remember, you don't get the shades. You can decide whatever you'd like to put on there. Nice nickel-plated sockets. Usually with these lamps, you don't want to go above a 60-watt bulb. I don't see why you would want to put anything brighter in there. And just to provide nice ambiance, I would not even go above really a 25-watt bulb, but that, of course, is up to you. A nice pair of these. Again, all of these lamps have been dismantled and cleaned. Anything that was around in the 1920s through the 70s is going to be covered in a coat of nicotine, because everybody, well, almost everybody, was doing that. And so, but I clean everything. Crystal clean. The cords are in good shape. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these electric cords at all. Sockets are great. If sockets need to be replaced, I replace them. So there we have it. 1950s, very chunky glass from that era. And now we move into the 1960s. Those chunky glass lamps I really would not call mid-century modern, although they are mid-century. These I would really call mid-century modern, because what else can you say? These may appear to be made of lucite, but they are actually glass. And we'll take a good look at them. They're on a circular bottom with these brass triangles that are sort of turned up here. And then we have this wonderful glass which swirls its way up, filled with all these little gold speckles as it twists its way up. And then we have sockets that did need to be replaced. And I do admit these are new sockets, and they're a little shinier than the shiny brass on the bottom. But it's not too jarring, and you know, when you get a lampshade on there, you're not really going to see those anyway, whatever type of lampshade you decide to use. These also are in excellent condition. One of the lamps, and I think it's the lamp that I don't have with me right here, has a tiny little chip right in the corner of the glass here at the top. That corner is just chipped off a little bit. But, you know, this has to be sort of late 50s into the 60s, I would say. And very unique. I don't know. And then finally, for our little trip through Boudoir lamp land, I can just hear Donna Summer right now. Did you hear that? Can you see the disco ball? We're just gonna jump right into the 70s with these. What can I say? I actually do have to say there are certain elements of 1970s design that's just so quintessentially 70s, you gotta love it. And here we go. I don't know whether this is chrome or stainless steel or whatever you want to call it. It is metal, and it does have this wonderful shiny, chromy type finish, as you can see. This in the middle, this is glass, not plastic. And this glass has a sprayed on, bright, shiny enamel orange paint. The sockets are in great shape. There are one or two little pinhead size flakes in the orange paint, and if that bothers you, you can actually just turn this so that that pinhead flake faces the wall. I have two of these. I really do not know what kind of this is really 1950s era shades. I don't know what you would put on this from the 70s, but you 70s folks, here you go. Okay, I'm expanding a little bit. Ooh. I think my jadeite hurricane lampshades are getting ready to run and hide. But these are enjoyable. Okay, so we had a little bit of fun today looking at various types of boudoir lamps from the 1930s into the 70s. Now, some of the lamps are listed at auction, and some of the examples I just put up as buy it now. They are all listed. If you happen to go onto the Old Curiosity site, which the link is listed below, if any of the lamps are not there, it means that they were listed as a buy it now and perhaps someone has already purchased them. Flea market. Well, tomorrow is Thursday. It's early morning flea market day. I'll be up at about 4:30, out of the house at 5. I should arrive at the flea market at about 10 of 6, maybe 6 if I stop and get a coffee on the way. And I will be hunting for treasures, some for me and many to sell in the Old Curiosity shop. You can bet I'll be back to show you whatever I happen to find. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching. Have yourselves a lovely evening. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching, and so long for now.